RMA Team Radio.
Welcome, everyone. This is 5RoundMMA. My name is Alex Ramirez, alongside my co-host, Albert Cita. We're still waiting for Mr. Guillermo Cita to call us from sunny Orlando, Florida. But last I checked his Instagram, he was on...
He was at Disney World,
Epcot.
like always, I think.
Epcot, I think.
Yeah, Epcot.
One of the parks. So he's probably around there, doing fatherly duties. I don't know. What are we doing?
I wouldn't know. I have a dog.
Yeah.
And that's as far
That's
as my
about it.
father's duties go.
Duties, yeah, just drinking
And
beer,
even then,
right?
and even then, I think I'm a bad.
You're a bad pet parent to your fur baby.
Yeah, my fur baby.
You call your fur, call
No,
your dog your fur
but
baby?
I see that a lot on Instagram
Yeah.
now. Here with my fur babies.
I'm the fur parent.
Yeah,
or
I
a
think
parent.
I have like one picture of my dog, and
Yeah.
it's when I got her.
I think you're like obsessed with your pet is when you have an Instagram page dedicated to it, right?
I think that's the norm now. Yeah, follow me and my pet.
I think who has one? I think Dominic Cruz has one for his dog. Then also I think Joseph Benavidez has one too as well. I think.
You know what will be a good topic to talk about later on is MMA fighters and their pets.
Yeah.
Because if you notice, it goes both ways. Either they have like a bulldog, a German shepherd,
Like a pit bull,
or
yeah.
they have like a little poodle, or
Ones you carry in their bag.
Yeah,
that's your bag, right?
a little. Yeah,
There is no middle.
Yeah, because Dominic Cruz's dog, it's a little like Maltese poodle looking
it fits in
thing.
his gym bag.
Yeah, and then you have Chuck Liddell, who has like a bunch of like Rottweilers or something.
Which is cool. I think is also Andre Lasky keeps his nickname. I think he does have a pit bull actually.
Yeah.
Which is kind of cool. So speaking of pets, and we'll get have that topic in the next couple of weeks. But this we've got a lot to talk about. UFC Fight Night in Mexico City. UFC Fight Night 114, whatever you want to call it. A lot of the MMA websites continue to number them, even the UFC doesn't. So this is UFC Fight Night 114. Yeah. UFC just use it hashtag UFC
I think it's just
Mexico.
easier to reference, I guess.
Yeah, Fox Sports, UFC on Fox Sports 1. You'll call it UFC Fight Night Pettis versus Marino just for our sake. We'll talk about that, talk about the main event, the highlights from the card. Also want to talk about Kat Zingano daring to go where no woman's ever gone before and call out Chris Cyborg. We'll talk about the GSP versus Michael Bisping matchup, if it's the best thing for both the welterweight and middleweight division, and talk about the drama in camp. McGregor prepares for Mayweather bout on August 26th, which is a couple weeks from now. 24th or 26th?
26th.
Right. So let's get the timer started for round number one, Albert.
Boom.
So round number one, UFC Fight Night, Pettis versus Marino. Let's talk about the main event. Sergio Pettis defeats Brandon Moreno, 5-round unanimous decision victory. Moreno had, I think, the first round one, kind of in trouble in a couple of tight jiu-jitsu spots. But after that, it was all Pettis all the time for the remainder 20 minutes. Coming into this bout, they tried to sell it as Moreno, Pettis, both 23, both future of the flyweight division, both are on the doorstep, knocking on Demetrius Johnson's, Kingdom Mansion door. I don't think that's the case. After what I saw on Saturday, these guys, if either one of them were gonna be thrown in with Mighty Mouse, they get chopped up. And spit out.
It's one of those things where I feel like the counter argument to our view is saying that, well, you had two high competitive guys, and usually when you have two high competitive guys, it kind of cancels out. To me, it doesn't matter. You have to show flashes of greatness, I think. Especially when you have someone at the top of the mountain like Mighty Mouse. It's almost like back in the day with Anderson Silva. If you didn't show some form of awe or whatever, how did you expect to face Anderson Silva? And now with Mighty Mouse too, I mean, you've had contenders that had like incredible knockouts, incredible wins, and they couldn't stack up to Mighty Mouse. And then we have something like don't get me wrong, the fight had exciting moments.
Yeah.
But no one showed me enough that they could be like, no, you know what? That guy's going to be Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, I think more likely, I think the thing you should do is have Pettis fight the loser of Borg versus Mighty Mouse coming up. But more likely, I think they'll probably put him up against the winner. Just because they can do the embeddeds with him and his brother.
And to be honest,
you know what I mean?
to save this division, they really need to keep Brandon Moreno and Sergio Pettis out of the title picture.
Yeah.
And just start that super fight with Demetrius Johnson if he gets a win over Ray Borg. Start that super fight and then
with Dillashaw?
Yeah, and just have these guys get ready for their own little run for the title.
Yeah, I think because even in that letter or whatever, and when DJ Mighty Mouse explained what the whole situation in the UFC was, like, I asked for even Sergio Pettis because I thought the name was there for a pay-per-view fight because Johnson versus Pettis is going to be
there. I think
there.
he just wants that easy 7.
Yeah, and I think it's gonna be there too if they decide to go that way, because you can see the embedded, you can see the countdown to the UFCs, whatever they want to do it on. Sergio and his brother, Showtime getting some camera time along with his brother, Duke Rufus. That's a story there in itself. And we have CM Punk in the background somewhere, something like that, with their fight camp. But as far as the in octagon stuff, I think either one of them. This should have been a title eliminator. Hopefully, it's not a title. I think Sean Shelby was like ringside. Hopefully, he sees what we see and say, "Hey, these guys are not ready yet. Because you're just gonna kill two stars."
It's funny because I don't think none of these guys lose stock, but they don't gain stock at all. Like I don't think Brandon Moreno gets lost in the shuffle. Yeah. If anything, I think he stays in that top caliber. But he doesn't in any way does his stock not increase. Yeah. I think if he would have gotten this win with the finish, he would have been in superstar status. But because he didn't, I think he just kind of plateaued. It's going to be, he doesn't go up, he doesn't go down.
Yeah, so, I mean, also, too, Pettis has 16 career wins. Can you guess how many have come by way of decision?
16.
10. So, I mean, he's not exactly lighting it up.
Yeah.
So, it's like, I mean, his last finished victory was back in 2013, and it wasn't even the UFC. So he's never had a decision. He's never had a finished victory in the UFC because he debuted in 2013 at UFC 167. Decision win, decision win, decision win, decision win. They're all unanimous. So he wins the fights convincingly. But come on now, bro.
And I mean,
if you're giving slack for GSP about winning unanimous decision victories, I mean, just because your brother's nickname Showtime doesn't mean that really rubs off on you. You know what I mean?
Well, no way he should be. It's Sergio Showtime 2.0 Pettis.
2.0 Pettis.
It should be Sergio get that win, Pettis.
Yeah, Sergio, but, younger brother of Showtime Pettis.
Even though Mighty Mouse is known for his wrestling too, Sergio Pettis got taken down pretty easily, I thought, from the whole fight. And I don't know, like you said, I don't think both fighters didn't show enough. I think there's exciting moments, but that's all I can say.
Yeah, we'll see. Too bad Guillermo's on. I'm pretty sure Sergio Pettis is ready for the time. You guys crazy. How much time we got on this timer?
We got 18 seconds.
18 seconds left. We'll see. I think agree with you with the next fight for Marino. If he gets past Ray Borg.
I would say this. No
disrespect to Taz Mexican. But we're
honestly, I'm going for a Borg for that fight just because of the whole drama that happened. But what I was gonna say is the only thing good is that there is interesting veteran matchups as far as. You still got, the typical flyweights out there. I can't believe one of them can't even.
Joseph Benavidez?
Joseph Benavidez can easily fight one of these guys. Even Tim Elliott, who just won the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah. I mean, there's still names out there for these fighters. All I'm saying is,
Cejudo?
Yeah, you don't have to necessarily just be like, oh, well, who else is there? There's plenty of people.
Well, that's what they're trying to sell. But anyways, that's it for round number 1. We're gonna come back and talk about the rest of the UFC Fight Night 114 card. But before, let's talk about 5 rounds. Clothing Line 5 Rounds offers unique collection of apparel and accessories by incorporating the culture, style, and attitude of mixed martial arts. They're constantly evolving and improving to become the best fightwear company possible in the MMA world. Check out their line of t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and other great accessories at 5rounds.net. That's the number 5rounds.net. They're also on Twitter at 5roundswear and on Instagram at 5rounds_. 5 rounds. Get it on. Round 2 coming up. Welcome back. Time for round number 2. We are joined now on the phone from sunny Orlando, Florida. Guillermo. Guillermo, how's it going, man?
It's not sunny. It's night now.
It's muggy out?
Well, no, it's night, man. I'm 3 hours.
Oh yeah, we're recording this a little bit later on in the evening here, so we're 3 hours ahead of us. We're actually just got done talking about the UFC Fight Night main event, Pettis versus Marino. Sergio Pettis won via unanimous decision. Your real quick thoughts on this? Should Pettis get Mighty Mouse next, or is it a little too soon for the youngster?
Well, to be honest with you, if Demetrius Johnson gets past Ray Borg, who else? I told you guys Uncle Creepy out of nowhere, even though he's been inactive. But, I mean, it only makes sense to put Sergio Pettis after this.
No, because you still have the super fat style. You still got TJ Dillashaw, and you got the champion.
I agree with you, Albert, but I'm going with what Demetrius Johnson said. He said TJ Dillashaw.
Well, I don't care what he says. How about that? How about that?
And then I'll fight you.
Yeah.
If that still holds true, then he's going to have to wait.
Okay, so we'll see. Let's talk about this is round number 2. Timer started, right?
Timer. We're going.
Let's talk about the other fights. Co-main event: Alexa Grasso defeated. What happened?
Horrible decision. What a horrible decision.
I mean, sure, she got an extra couple points because she's from Mexico, but I mean, Randall Marker should have known better than that.
No, come on. She announced it a couple times. They should have been 10-8 rounds. If you tell me.
Alejandro Perez shouldn't have won either, and he won as well. So don't get me wrong, Guillermo.
If we're gonna give away decisions,
I'm not here to argue about the decision. I'm here to just say, you know what, Alexa Grasso, I think really needs to get her stuff together real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, she's my girl, but missing weight. And had a second bad performance, and I really do think she's a late starter. I really do think that. I think she's just one of those fighters that just starts off way too late. Got to get hit a couple of times to feel the fight to really get into it, and that's a bad thing to have, especially when you're doing 3 rounds and not 5.
Yeah, I think too with her. I think she's kind of just primarily based in Mexico for the Lobo MMA gym. And I think for her next fight, she may want to just get away a little bit and see what it's like to train somewhere else. I think she's been her whole career, and you can kind of tell it's
kind of plateaued.
Yeah, she kind of plateaued a little bit. So I remember it's like Randall Marcos has alternate wins and losses since forever. So it's not like she's like a top-notch, top-tier flyweight or strawweight. So in order for Alexa Grasso to kind of continue her projected rise, she needs to, I think, switch things up a little bit. So, but anyways, but I'm still a fan, and I have her poster still on my bedroom wall. So I'm not going to worry about that anymore. Speaking of posters, poor Alan Joban. He's a model. People know that to stay away from his face. That's how he earns his. I think he's a part-time fighter, full-time model, or I don't know what side of it. Or
vice versa.
Vice versa. He got knocked out in like less than 2 minutes over by Nico Price. This whole card, I think, had the fastest preliminary card in UFC history because it was all for like first-round knockouts and finishes. Submission choke for the first bout. Submission. I think Jose Quinones, he was a decision win. Kimura KO punches from Dustin Ortiz won via KO. Alejandro Perez won the decision. But I actually want to stop here and talk about Rashad Evans versus Sam Alvey. If you guys don't believe me, that especially Guillermo, that Machida was the one who knocked all the sweetness off of Sugar Rashad. Guy hasn't been the same since, Guillermo.
That's true.
The thing is, he's very cautious, which is not wrong. But this is why I agree that Tyrone Woodley did not win the fight against Damian Maia, because to me, Rashad Evans did the exact same thing as Woodley. All he did was go on the defense and not throw punches. And all Sam Alvey did was be aggressive, which was what Damian Maia was doing. Even though nothing connected, even though nothing really hurt Rashad Evans, he was pushing the fight. And I thought Damian Maia did the same thing and way different results. So, I mean, I agree Sam Alvey won this fight, and I picked Sam Alvey to win this fight.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to push the fight because it seemed like Rashad Evans was just okay being at distance and trying to attempt a takedown here and there.
Yeah, I think now Vito Belfort actually called out Sam Alvey. So yeah, I know. I mean, hey, if once it's a good thing when all these guys are coming out for you, right? So props to Sam Alvey. Albert, what do you think about Rashad Evans? I mean, honestly, experts can't figure it out.
No, honestly,
and we're no experts. Hey, let's try to figure it out.
Yeah. So, in all honesty, I saw an MMA fighter who didn't keep up with the times. Well, Rashad Evans was known for his speed. I saw no speed. I saw late reaction. Honestly, it just looked like an aged fighter. I'm not going to lie to you. It looked like an aged fighter. He did not look like the Rashad Evans that won the light heavyweight championship. He did not look like the Rashad Evans that knocked out Chuck Liddell. He looked very sluggish. His reaction time was horrible. And, I mean, I'm not trying to discredit Sam Alvey in his aggressiveness in the fight, but let's keep it real. I just think Rashad Evans showed that he was close to 40 years old.
Yeah.
No. I think his skill level's still there, Albert.
No, dude. You're getting his athleticism mixed with his skill level, bro. Because the guy still looked good for being a guy that's 37. He looked real good. But don't get me wrong. He moved like a 50-year-old.
Albert, a couple good steps. What's lacking of Rashad Evans is his confidence, dude. That swagger that he would come in that you guys hated, that cockiness, is no longer there. I mean, this guy is so cautious about doing anything out inside the ring because of maybe that knockout from a but it's not even of his skill. His skill, I still feel, is there. It's just his confidence, dude. And he's scared to do anything.
But the speed was not there. I know that for a fact. The speed was not there.
Yeah, so he's basically still feeling the dragon hangover, right? Mm-hmm. All these years later.
Once you feel the dragon, you feel that for life.
Dragon punch, Mobilitas.
The dragon is gone. He was delirious.
That's the guy that got the one finger punch from Bruce Lee. That guy still felt it to the last day. That punch. Same thing like Machida, dog. Everyone feels it.
And no rebuttal. That's it for round number 2. We're going to come back and switch gears, talk about stuff that's going on outside of the octagon, especially with Chris Cyborg and Kat Zingano calling her out. The bravest person on planet Earth is Kat Zingano. But before we do that, talk about Mobilitas. Mobility tools, the best mobility tools on the planet. Durable, portable, manufacturer release products designed with more grip to help you improve performance and recover faster. Visit yourjointshouldn't for more information. For all their great lines of products, they're also on Instagram at Mobilitas. Like them on Facebook and visit youtube.com/yourjointshouldn'thurt for great tutorials and great expert advice on how to stay in shape and recover faster from your workouts. Round number 3 coming up. Welcome back. Time for round number 3. Let's switch gears and talk about women's mixed martial arts and kind of smack talk. What we like to talk about here. So Alpha Kat Zingano has been very, very vocal. Probably the most vocal I've ever seen about being willing, able, and ready to fight Chris Cyborg, especially now that she's won the UFC featherweight championship. Kind of with a tweet she sent out, quote, this is from Kat Zingano, what happens when someone irrelevant, in quotes, comes out of nowhere to beat your A at Chris Cyborg? What would that make you? And I think she also went on the MMA Hour a couple weeks ago and said, with Cyborg, this is a winnable fight for me. When I'm healthy, none of these girls can deal with me, not one. So this means I'm looking for going into a fight with Cyborg. You need to be on point as possible. She got her advantages, whatever, arguably fair or unfair. And just know that if I'm at 100%, she probably can't even touch me. And those are things that are in consideration when trying to achieve my goal. So, I mean, you got Cyborg, you got Kat Zingano, who's more than willing to get in there with Cyborg. You have the former Invicta FC champion, Megan Anderson, who was supposed to fight Cyborg at UFC 214, but dropped out for personal issues. And there's also people kind of clamoring still for Holly Holm to fight her. What do you like, Albert? You like, out of the 3 there, do you think she should go with Megan Anderson, who dropped out already once for personal issues, Holly Holm to maybe have some convincing to move up to fight Cyborg, or Kat Zingano, who's more than down to fight Cyborg?
Honestly, you got to give it to Kat Zingano because she's doing something I think no girl has ever done, and that's call out Cyborg. I can't even think of one girl that called out Cyborg before, and you got to respect that because some girls don't even sign the dotted line when they hear the name Cyborg. And to tell you the truth, I always thought Kat Zingano was probably one of the better women fighters out there. I think she just executed a horrible game plan when she fought Ronda Rousey. But with that said, though, she's probably one of the top, if not one of the top girls in all women's MMA. And even though I still think Holly Holmes has the best chance of beating her, Holly Holmes just doesn't deserve it, I think. And Kat Zingano, I mean, come on. She called her out. Let's do it.
What about you, Guillermo? What are the 3? Which makes more sense to you?
What was the Invicta champion, Megan
Anderson?
Megan Anderson is the one that clearly should get Chris Cyborg next because even Kat Zingano doesn't deserve it. What has she done lately? Same thing with Holly Holm, even though I like the Holly Holm matchup, but Holly Holm is, 1-3 in her last 4 fights or something like that?
Yeah.
So both these girls don't deserve it. And with Megan Anderson, she is the Invicta champion at that weight class. So, I mean, we don't know what the personal reasons were why she didn't fight Chris Cyborg at 215. But, I mean, maybe they're legit, we don't know. But that's the fight that makes the most sense. And if Kat Zingano really wants Chris Cyborg, and, all the power to her for calling out Chris Cyborg, but have her fight at the,
145.
Featherweight?
Yeah.
Yeah, so have Kat Zingano fight at 145, and then let's talk. And if she gets that W, then let's put her up against Chris Cyborg.
That's true. I kind of agree with that, too. But also, as of right now, there's only one official UFC fighter at women's 145, and it's Cyborg. So maybe if people are willing, Kat Zingano's willing to go up there, might as well do it. But maybe you put Zingano and Holly Holm together. But if Holly Holm wants to even go back to 145,
which she should,
because even the former champion Jermaine Durrami is going back to 135 now too. So it's like, I don't know what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's like an Invicta girl that's 145 that Cat Zingano can fight, or maybe you tempt Durrami to come up to 145 and fight Zingano.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm throwing ideas out there.
Or maybe even have Megan Anderson come up and fight Zingano. That way, prove that she's really, really mentally ready to fight for the UFC. Because it was never given why she dropped out of the fight. Dana White even said she had some stuff going on, and he didn't really seem too mad at her for dropping out like so suddenly. But I don't know.
Alex, have Holly Holm versus Cat Zingano at 145 for the winner to fight Cyborg. How about that?
I like that too, but I don't think Holly Holm wants to. I don't think Holly Holm wants to fight at 145. To tell you the truth.
Well, no, I think Holly Holm knows that she can beat Cyborg.
Dang, really?
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
I mean, I think people are confusing power with
precision.
Precision.
Come on, Conor McGregor, get out of here.
And Holly Holm has precision.
Timing beats power.
Any
precision
day. Any day.
Come on, you're drinking that too much Irish coffee, bro. You're talking to Jason Hendricks too much of Those Leprechauns podcast.
It's true.
That's it for round number 3. We're going to come back and take a small break and enter the championship rounds, talk about GSP, one of my favorite topics to talk about. Again, he hasn't been on the show in like 2-3 weeks, Guillermo. Actually, we have returned some staples here. We got GSP and Conor McGregor coming up in the championship round, so I hope you are ready for that. But before we enter the championship round, let's talk about Redemption Martial Arts. The RMA Foundation is a non-profit organization with the primary goal of bringing awareness to the bullying epidemic and providing people with accessible training and resources to help them combat bullying confrontations. Team RMA consists of individuals from all walks of life who share a common passion for making a difference and serving as anti-bullying activists. If you're interested and want more information, please visit redemptionmartialarts.com. There's also all forms of social media. Rise up against bullying. Team RMA. Championship rounds coming up next. Welcome back. Time to enter the championship rounds. So GSP versus Michael Bisping is all go. I think they signed the dotted line already. UFC 217, I believe, in Madison Square Garden, I think in November. When this was first announced, people were PO'd about this. Bisping, he's ducking the rightful, the people in line for the middleweight championship. What happened?
Hurt.
And then also GSP, what does he get the title shot? But I mean, as events unfolded, Robert Whittaker has a knee injury, will probably be out until late this year, early next year. Tyron, what happened?
He's the first champion. Don't hate on Bisping.
And then also Tyron Woodley is putting on crappy performances. So, hey, might as well have these two guys match them up. So do you guys think GSP versus Michael Bisping might be the best thing for both divisions at the moment, in this place right now, Guillermo?
It's funny how when the first fight, we were so against it. Because
I know I was.
Division. It makes perfect sense now, dude. Because let's get it out of the way. Who doesn't want to see Michael Bisping versus GSP? Either or. I mean, I've never been a big GSP fan to begin with. Let Michael Bisping whoop his ass. So then after that, then we can get the real middleweight championship fight. We can put GSP back in welterweight against Tyron Woodley, and everything is set in stone, and we can relax a little bit.
Oh, the chips will fall where they may. What do you see, Albert?
All I see is that GSP is going to be the second UFC fighters to hold 2 belts in 2 different weight classes at the same time, bro. I see him being Michael Bisping and then quickly telling Tyron Woodley, you want some cash, bro? You can come get some too. And then he's going to become the second ever 2 weight class, and he's going to let go of that middleweight belt. Not even worry about Robert Whittaker. He's going to let that go, get a couple of defend his 170 belt a couple of times, and he's going to go out like the champ he is.
No, you know what's going to happen is Conor McGregor will get – if GSP wins, Conor McGregor will ask for GSP and get GSP.
Guillermo, don't even start that. Don't even start that. You're about to break the internet with that matchup.
Isn't this the biggest money fight you could ever make in the UFC ever?
Dude, I will pay $150. I mean, you hear me doing $150 for that pay-per-view. I'll pay GSP versus McGregor at a catchweight at 165.
65.
Well, this is the only reason why I would choose the GSP against Michael Bisping, and that potential, because obviously Tyron Woodley is not going to get GSP.
I honestly think after GSP beats Michael Bisping, GSP will relinquish the belt, and go down and fight Tyron Woodley. I really do believe that. Because
you know why? Because that's the gentleman thing to do.
Exactly.
And GSP's a gentleman.
And he's also a genius.
He's not gonna hold up the division.
Come on now, let's keep it real. He sees nothing but holes in Michael Bisping's game and holes that he can easily fill.
Plus, I also see he probably sees Robert Whitaker, Yoel Romero.
Yeah, and he's like, nah, I'm cool with that.
He's on, nah. I want to go through that gauntlet.
Exactly. I'm pretty sure he's gonna win it.
Not great.
He's gonna relinquish it, and then he's gonna go down to 170 and beat Tyron Woodley.
Because he's a true sportsman, Grandma. That's why.
Yeah, right.
Class act GSP is.
But yeah, and then I think now for Tyron Woodley, he's kind of painted himself in the corner. He's going to be stuck fighting Robbie Lawler in the meantime, I think.
I really don't see no other matchup for him.
It's his fault.
You know what's funny? It makes perfect sense to do the Robbie Lawler matchup because one, Robbie Lawler pretty much can say I'm the opposite of Tyron Woodley. I go out there and fight. Yeah. I go out there to try to finish. I don't even care about the win. I'm there to perform. So that alone is one thing. The second thing is they were both in the same camp before, and then now they're clearly in separate camps now.
Yeah.
And on top of that, you got the whole rematch thing where, I mean, to tell you the truth, Robbie Lawler just said that it was a lucky punch. And
caught me once.
Yeah, but he could do the same thing to Tyron Woodley because Nate Marquardt did the same thing. So.
Yep.
Well, and I was going to say, the last fight that's available to Tyron Woodley that I would want to see is Carlos Condit. Even though, he doesn't deserve a title shot, but remember, he blew out his knee against Tyron Woodley.
Yeah.
And then lost to Damian Maia.
Huh? I know he did. That's what I'm saying. He doesn't deserve a title shot, but I don't think that the first win of Tyron Woodley over Carlos Condit was clear-cut because of the knee injury.
Yeah, true. No, but I think Tyron Woodley's painful. I think whatever the UFC gets, he can't be calling his shots anymore, not for a while. Not until he goes out and knocks somebody out again like he used to. But I think the UFC was part linked toward Robbie Lawler. So.
Plus that Damian Maia is out of the picture completely.
Yeah.
You really think that Dana White will ever give him a title shot ever again?
I don't think so.
For a championship fight. So I think Damian Maia at this point should call it quits.
Yeah.
and try to see if try to get a UFC gig or something like that. Because he will never get a title shot ever again.
Maybe go to Bellator if he really wants gold around his waist. That's it for round number 4. We got one more coming up. We haven't talked about Conor McGregor in a while. I think it's fun to do that. Before I do that, let's talk about FightBookMMA.com, the only place you'll find real combat news from all over the world. I think Albert Beer's rubbing off on me. He's being in the room. A website you can trust the accurate news from MMA, kickboxing, and boxing. They cover everything from local promotions to all the major ones, UFC, Bellator, King of the Cage. It's all there under one roof. That's a great podcast section as well. We're on there as well. Podcasts, just go on the podcast tab. We're there. Other great combat sports podcasts. They're also on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. It's FightBookMMA.com. Check them out. Bookmark them. Leave it there. 5th and final round coming up. Welcome back. Time for the 5th and final round. We do great journalistic work here at FiveRoundMMA.
Yes.
You guys should see the off-the-camera stuff we're doing right now. So, Conor McGregor's fight camp is kind of relatively quiet, I guess. It's very release photos, right, what he does. I guess he released one that kind of pissed off his sparring partner, Paul Malignaggi. Who I guess it's a photo of McGregor standing over him and Malignaggi's on the canvas, and the caption just says the whole world is going to eat their words. I am boxing. This kind of rubbed Malignaggi the wrong way because you can't even tell it's him, but I guess you can tell it's him if you're no boxing. But I guess he's like, no, you didn't knock me down, homie. This is a push down. Let's get this twisted. And then he actually left McGregor's camp after this, right? He's like, I'm done here. I'm not going to do it.
Well, after he saw, I think it was the day after the sparring session.
Yeah, and he said that in a pretty long post, that's not how I do things. I'm not going to give away any secrets, but I don't agree with how they're running his camp. Because as time goes on, I'm going to release more. And I think he said something too like, McGregor cries like a girl when he gets hit in the stomach or in the body shot. So Malignaggi is kind of coming clean here with some dirty secrets here.
Look.
But my question is this just McGregor's camp doing it's all propaganda and they know they have no shot against Mayweather, so let's just try and get this stuff
No, two things. Two things. One thing, yes, of course you're gonna hype up your camp. Like what idiot is not gonna promote the fight by showing that you're the best ever, right? So first of all, Paulie needs to understand that It's called marketing, fool. And if he and first of all, he needs to go back and look at McGregor's Instagram because he has shown him embarrassing all his sparring partners.
Yeah.
So he's being fair across the board. Even and you never heard no other sparring partner get all salty like this because that's exactly what Paulie did. He got salty. He's a 2-time division boxing champion, and he's salty as hell because he's a sparring partner to Conor McGregor, and they released that he got pushed down, quote unquote.
Well,
because
in a bunch of tweets he said it's not nice to paint a pic that isn't true. It was a push down. It's sparring. The whole video rounds 1 through 12 unedited.
Let me put this question out there, not just for us, but for everybody out there. When you get really upset, really salty, is it because someone's telling the truth or untruth? You know you get mad when you get caught, bro. Everybody knows that. When you get the most furious, when you get that salty that you quit, it's exactly when there's some truth behind it. If it was true that he said that, he said supposedly he beat Conor McGregor's ass from round 1 to round 12. Why don't you stay at sparring? In the next sparring, how about you lay it on him and don't even have him be able to post up pictures? And if you look at his, I'm not even done. If you look at Paulie's face after the 2 sparring sessions, because he had 2 sparring sessions with Conor McGregor, the day after, his face looked tore up. I looked at Conor McGregor's Instagram 24/7. He looked good.
Yeah.
The second sparring session, his face was tore up, black eye, bruised nose. And then he goes and says,
like Don King here, bro.
And then he says, it's because Conor McGregor uses a full face guard and I don't. Shut up, fool. If you were good, he wouldn't got hit in the first place that bad either. If he was if he's as horrible as a boxer as the whole boxing community says he is, he wouldn't have even touched Paulie. He wouldn't even touch him because Paulie's a 2-time division champion. So get out of here. Don't give me that. He's salty because he knows there's some truth behind it.
Hey, so Guillermo, Paul said this. I came to help this camp out, not be exploited. Now you're gonna get the truth though.
He did
post
with
full unedited video from Tuesday night. Hashtag ethics.
Please post it.
And it's coming out. And he recently said that McGregor whimpers like a girl when he gets hit by the body shot. What do you make of this? Is just McGregor's camp saying, "Hey, we're paying you to shut up and just help train us," or what? What do you think this is, Guillermo?
First of all, I totally disagree with Albert because if someone goes out of his way to try to prepare you, you don't embarrass them.
But you're hyping up your camp. It's called marketing, Guillermo. How are you not going to market yourself? And second of all, he's done this with every sparring partner. It's not like he went and picked on Paulie. Go through his Instagram. Every sparring partner has an embarrassing shot in there.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done. If you go and watch a previous Showtime embedded type of stuff like UFC does with Mayweather shows embarrassing a bunch of people. When we see any fight of Mayweather, they only show his highlights. Yeah. I don't see nobody else with sour grapes saying, "Hey, go watch a fight." Everyone saw the fight full. Everybody knows. You know what I'm saying? Calm down. One, it's marketing. 2, you wouldn't be as salty if there wasn't some truth to it.
But at the same time, it's a different type of person. It's like asking Kobe Bryant, "Hey, can you come and show me one-on-one moves and stuff?"
First of all, Kobe doesn't. You see, if you want to get accepted, you're talking about maybe Ray Allen. I don't know, or someone lower than Ray Allen. If we're comparing to Paulie Maldulani
to Kobe,
it's not. He ain't no Kobe Bryant, bro. You know that.
Ray Allen, can you come over and show me some one-on-one moves? And then you cross over Ray Allen, you fall to the ground, you're not going to post that. He's going out of his way to help you. Come on. I get the marketing, but there's some people that are just a little bit higher level that you can't disrespect them like that.
Bro, it's like if Baron Davis came and taught me how to shoot a free throw, then I pack him and I post it up online, and then he gets all salty. Come on, bro. Same thing.
Plenty of times.
And that's a perfect example. He's like a Baron Davis.
Let's go to the MMA world. You don't see John Jones knocking out people from his training camp, do you? Or that he had to tap this guy out?
First of all, he didn't say he knocked them out, bro. He didn't say he knocked them down.
Well, the implications.
The implication was he knocked them down.
Yeah. What he said, the whole world, I am boxing. I think there's a lot of boxers out there who are greatly offended by what Conor McGregor is doing right now. Yeah. And first and foremost,
and
Paul
I'm greatly offended by all those boxing fans out there.
Malignaggi, he's a boxer first, so more likely when you see that kind of stuff, oh no, you see, you knocked me, a boxer, down, a 2-time division champion. No, we're gonna get this straight, homie. So maybe his ego's got in the way.
That was a hard push down, then, Paulie. That was a hard push down from that picture. It looked like a hard push down. But the guy really shoved you, bro.
But he also can't be throwing away.
All right, then let's keep it real. Then he has no balance.
Alex, I'm going to take up tennis here starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm going over, and when I get to California, I'm going to play Albert one-on-one.
Do it. And you can have Alex shoot as much pictures you want. You why? Because I ain't going to be like Paul. I ain't going to give you the chance to ace me, bro. I ain't going to give you the chance to look good in front of me, bro.
Tennis tournament.
Because I know I ain't even going to let that happen.
I'm going to post it on FiveRoundMMA.
Post it.
That's it for this week's show. We'll see. Hopefully there's more drama coming out of the camp. We'll have a couple more weeks left anyway, so who sees? Who knows? We have time for more drama. That's it for this week's show. I want to thank everybody for listening. Make sure to subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Podomatic, and YouTube. Also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at FiveRoundMMA. It's FIVE Round MMA. Like us on Facebook, and please visit FiveRoundMMA.com. Albert, what do you got?
I just want to say my boy Connor got to on August 26th. Let's finish it right.
I just think you have a personal vendetta against Paul. Malajani.
AB said everything everybody wanted to hear.
I think Campbell's out. All right. See you everybody later.
You are now listening to FRMA Radio.